Cork's 96 FM.
1850 715 996. I want you to have a listen. This is only a quick 30-second clip from a video. Have a listen to this.
My name is Anna Corrigan. When I was 7 age, I went to Bessborough. I had my baby in 1971, and she died, supposed to have died. There's a death certificate issued. The date of birth is wrong, and the year is wrong. And if we go through the files that they gave me, there's an awful lot that doesn't add up.
Now, Anne joins me by phone. Anne, good morning.
Good morning, PJ.
Now, Anne, first of all, when I read your story, I really wanted to talk to you because it rings a deep bell inside me, because I have heard of cases like yours. You believe Evelyn is alive?
I do. PJ.
That's our starting point. Let's go back. She was born in July of 1971.
That's right.
And you had a very, very difficult birth.
I had.
And you were more or less unconscious for what, 2 or 3 days afterwards?
2 or 3 days.
And when you came round, Anne, in Bessborough, what's the first thing that you remember?
I woke up in a ward.
Right.
And there was 2 or 3 girls there, and the nun asked them to leave the ward, and she told me that I had an angel in heaven.
She told you the baby had died. Did you ask?
Yeah.
Did you ask to see your baby?
I didn't, because I was scared.
Okay.
I was frightened.
Okay.
Do you know, and I do regret that.
I know. And the nun said that you had an angel in heaven. Did
I had an angel in heaven.
That must be a terrible thing to hear.
Yeah. But I really believed that she was in heaven.
I know.
Till it all came out. And that's the sad part.
I know. So there you are, July 1971. And I just want to, I'll bring it along so listeners can follow. So July 1971, you had Evelyn, very, very difficult birth. You were unconscious for a couple of days. When you woke up, they told you that she was dead. And you heard no more then. You were back in Bessborough, I think, in 1975.
That's right, yeah.
And you had your son.
I had my son, Mark.
And at that point, did you ask about Evelyn, or what happened?
Yeah, when I went down there, you give your name, you know, and you say, well, what I said was I was there before.
Yes.
And they had a record of me being there.
Right.
But they had no record of my baby being born there, my first baby.
Okay.
And
they had no record of her birth?
They had no record of her birth. They couldn't find her record.
So when they looked into, say, the 24th of July 1971, they couldn't find anything?
They couldn't find anything.
And what did you say when they told you they couldn't find anything?
You know, the way you believe in the nuns, like, and
I know.
You just go along with it, you know, and I was scared and frightened and had no one to turn to.
I know.
Not anyone to turn to. And when I had my son then, and I just got up and went with him, you know, when they were all at Mass.
Yeah.
Just
one question, just before we go to there. When did you get her death certificate?
I think now it's a year now.
Oh, you only got it
even more.
You only got it very recently. Okay, so in 75, you had your son, and then they had no record of her birth, but they knew you were there.
They knew I was there. They had a record of me being there.
And they had no record of her even existing, let alone dying.
Not even exist. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
she didn't exist in their, in their eyes at that time.
And I said, back then people didn't ask these questions, and you'd wish that they had.
Yeah.
Did you ask at all? Well, why else was I here if I wasn't having a baby? Said you.
Yeah.
And did they answer that question, or were they able to answer that question?
But you see, PJ, that's what's killing me now. Looking back, why didn't I ask questions? And
because back then people didn't, then, and I know they didn't. Back then people didn't answer those questions.
No.
So, come forward now and explain to me how you managed to get a death certificate.
Someone said it to me to phone up that I was entitled to a death certificate.
Okay.
And I did. I phoned up marriages, births and deaths.
Okay.
Yes, and I got the death certificate.
Okay.
The social worker that was on my case from there, she asked me, did I want to meet a social worker in Limerick? And I said no. And she said she'd come down to Limerick and give it to me.
Yes.
So I had no glasses on me. And she gave me the files, piece of the files. Now, I didn't even ask for Mark's file, but you gave me that anyway.
Okay, so you got a death certificate for Evelyn, and
for Evelyn.
What was the date of death on that certificate?
The 24th of June, 1972.
1972.
1972.
Now, did you ever get a birth certificate for her?
I did. I only got one there a few weeks ago when I went to the Garda. My friends requested one, and it was exactly the same.
So her birth certificate says
1972, June 1972.
But the record of you in Bessborough and your own memory is July of 1971.
1971.
And it's that discrepancy and that different information that causes you to believe something else happened.
It does, and there's a few. So on one part of my file, I was 18. Another part, I was 19.
You were only 17, sure.
I was only 17. I wasn't 18 till this September.
Yeah.
After the baby was born. And that's how I know.
And what's listed on her death certificate as her cause of death?
It's something to do, on one part they had premature. Right. On another part they had full term.
Okay.
The whole lot of it is wrong.
And what age does it put her at?
I think it'd be, to me, I think it'd be 47.
Right. Oh yeah, you'd put her at age 47 now. So no, what age is on her death certificate, or is there an age on her death certificate?
Oh no, there's no age on her death certificate.
Okay, so because of all of that information, and because it didn't tally with your memory and the record of you in Bessborough, you went to the guards.
I did. I had to go.
What did you do? What did you say?
I told them, showed them everything I had.
Right.
They photocopied, and I showed them everything they had, and said that I wasn't the first, and I wasn't going to be the last to go making a complaint.
Right. So, the guard told you that you weren't the first that they'd heard.
Yeah.
And what do you believe happened then?
I really don't know. I really and truly don't know. All I know is that I went to Joe Power. He's a psychic from Liverpool. I don't know if you heard of him.
I haven't, but go on anyway.
And he told me that he could see me in the labour ward and that I was bleeding. I was left to bleed to death. And down by where the graves is. Now, he was never there before. He could explain to me, the passage down about the stone bench being there and everything. And he said he could see loads of evil around there.
And I think when you heard in the last couple of years about illegal adoptions, and particularly the ones that have come out, for example, from St. Pat's on the Navan Rd.
Yeah.
You think, do you, Anne? You think Evelyn was illegally adopted?
I do. I tell you why, PJ. The feeling I had all the years, I hid the pain and everything, worked and everything, and I hid that pain, and I honestly believed that she was in heaven.
Yes.
But now, I really don't know. I haven't got that feeling anymore.
I do.
I really don't have that feeling anymore. I'm really lost.
Yes. And it really is, like, people who are listening to this now will wonder. They'll wonder about the facts and they'll wonder about but this is the absolute fact. You were there. You're recorded as having been in Bessborough in July of 1971.
Yeah.
The birth cert you have, she's not registered until June of 1972, correct?
Yeah.
And the death cert is June of 1972.
Yeah.
So you've no idea what happened in between?
No. There was after I gave birth, I heard the baby cry, and they said on my files that she didn't cry and that she lived for 20 minutes. So,
and did they not? Were you so passed out after birth that they didn't give you the child? Did you see her after the birth, even before you went to sleep?
No, I didn't see her. They turned. The nun turned her back on me and brought the baby over to the cot, and I see them fiddling with the baby oxygen tank, and it wouldn't open. And I think she used the adult one. I've seen her at the adult one. Mm-hmm. Anyway, my afterbirth wouldn't come out. And she sent one of the girls up to get the nurse Walsh. She was in her 70s. She must have been in her 70s to come down. And she did, and she squeezed the afterbirth out of my tummy.
I know.
And the print of her fingernails, the scars of her fingernails was on my tummy when I woke up.
So now that you have filed a missing persons report, your hope is that by talking to people like me and by talking to the newspapers, that she might be out there.
She might be out there. She might be out there, PJ. And even if she's not, if she is buried, where she's buried down in Bessborough, it's on unconsecrated grounds.
Yeah.
The grounds is
well,
not
if she died in 1971, like you were told in July 1971, she should be in the Angels plot.
She should be in the Angels plot. Exactly.
And did you? It's probably not. Did you ever think about going back there? Like in and saying, where is she?
I go down 2 or 3 times. Every 2 or 3 months. PJ, I actually met you down there.
I know who I have.
No, do you remember?
I do. You're a friend of Sheila's, aren't you?
That's right. Shelia and Catherine.
I know you.
Yeah.
And Catherine.
Yeah.
I know you now,
Yeah.
darling. I've seen you at the commemoration day we do in June.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
It must be very hard. It must be very hard to live with this.
It is very hard. There's nothing else on your mind, only your baby,
You are you not entitled to know exactly what happened? Of course you are.
Of course I am. Of course I am. And I've been speaking to loads, and the stories, about their babies being taken, and it's just horrific, and I know the pain that they're going through, it's the same as my own pain.
Now,
or they have sisters or brothers,
something else.
And they're thinking the same way,
Something else as well. I come back to 75 when you had your son Mark.
Yeah.
You met Mark in later life, and you've grandchildren now and all.
I have.
But tell me,
Mark wasn't adopted. I ran away with him.
Oh, you ran away with him, okay.
I ran away with him, yeah.
Oh, you kept him. Yeah, that's the best bit. I forgot that bit, thanks.
Yeah.
You ran away with him, and you done a runner, and you kept him to yourself.
Yeah.
And then, in Bessborough, there was a consent form for adoption.
Yeah.
So, you'd run away with him and hidden him, but down in Bessborough, they filled out a consent form for you to have him adopted.
Oh, they did, yeah.
And yet he was never adopted.
He was never, because I ran away with him.
And who raised him? Did you raise him yourself?
I raised him myself.
Good on you. Good girl.
I have 3 more children.
Fair play.
Love with me.
Fair play. And there's a certificate or a consent form to his adoption in Bessborough, even though he was never adopted.
No, I didn't get that form, no. Yeah. I didn't receive that form, but they had, in his files.
Yes.
They had a consent form saying that I discharged myself and the baby without seeing a doctor. And they had my name signed to it.
And you never signed anything?
No, I never signed anything, because they were all a mess when I went. But I was waiting on the guards. When I got home to Limerick, I was waiting on the guards to get in contact with me. And no guards came, because I know of loads of girls.
Oh, lots of girls.
From there, like Catherine.
Lots of girls were followed and brought back.
Brought back, yeah.
Yeah. And I hope that you at least find out what really happened. I really do.
Thanks very much, PJ.
But thank you for talking to me today. And sure, if nothing else, maybe I'll see you in June at the commemoration day.
And that's for definite, PJ.
Right, it'll be great to have news before that, but you look after yourself, Anne, all right?
All right, thanks very much, PJ.
You take care now, bye-bye. Please tell Anne I said good luck, says Catherine. I went to the Garda station to report Evelyn missing. I was there with Anne. I heard the guards say, unfortunately, you're not the first and probably not the last. That poor lady, she should try doing a genealogy test for matches and DNA. I know someone who found their child that way. There could be a chance. Emily, God love all of you. I pray your daughter will get in touch soon. I keep praying. Sabrina, so sad. So many families torn apart. I could tell you a story, but it would take too long, which is why I know that parents were told their children had died. And I know those children hadn't died because someone sat in front of me and told me their own story with the daughter that they were told had died sitting next to them. So and is not making it up. 1850 715 996.